So hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how to create your own private OpenStack infrastructure from scratch. So our goal here is to cover every aspect of the setup process, including all the necessary installations, and we will go into testing at each step to ensure everything function smoothly. So we'll begin by discussing the workflow we'll follow here and all the specific configurations for each node in our setup. So by the end of this tutorial, you will have the fully you will have a fully operational OpenStack environment where you can launch your own instance that have connectivity to the external network. So this will allow you to install all the necessary packages so you can run your own application, and so during this launch of the instance phase, I will cover how to create both internal and external networks. Also, we'll go through the routing process, the interface attachment, and the assignments of floating IPs, to ensure that our instance can communicate with the outside world. So to get started, we will take a look on we'll talk about the core OpenStack components. So the first one is Keystone. So Keystone will be responsible for token issues. It will give us tokens so we can use the other services. So it represents the identity service responsible for authentication, as I said, and it will ensure that only users that are authorized to access the other OpenStack services or to use them. After the Keystone, we'll have the Nova. So the Nova, within the Nova, we have Nova API, Nova Conductor, Nova Scheduler, and Nova Compute. So the Nova service will manage and provision virtual machines, which are instances on demand. And without images you can't have any instance running. So here OpenStack gives us the glance component. So glance is responsible for it will provide the necessary images to us so we can run our instances. And for the networking, we have the Neutron. So Neutron will be responsible for the networking. It will allow us to use it will allow us to manage networks and IP addresses, enabling communications between our instances. And for the block and the object storage. So there are two types of storage, as I said, the block and object. So the block storage, we have Cinder responsible for that, and for the object storage we have Swift. For the dashboard, we have the Horizon. So Horizon is a dashboard that provides a web-based user interface so we can manage OpenStack services. And finally, we will use Heat for automation of the whole process that we did, so we can launch our instances using script. So now, in this video, we'll take a hands-on approach, testing each step as we go along to ensure smooth setup. Whether you're new to OpenStack or looking to refresh your skills, so you are here in the right place. So this tutorial will guide you through the entire process, ensuring you have a robust private cloud infrastructure where you can as I said, run instances on it. So if you want to deploy your application, you can use that. You can do that after you configure and manage your infrastructure below. So let's dive right in, and let's get started by the work. So at first, I'll just talk about the controller node. So the controller node, as you can see, uh, it has only one network adapter. So I'll add another one because, as you can see here from the documentation, it said that the controller node requires a minimum of 2 network interfaces. So we need to add another one. One for the internal communication, and the other one will be for the neutron. Okay, so this is why we need two network interfaces, and also for the compute, it has a minimum of 2 network interfaces. So let's get started. So here for the controller node, we'll add another network adapter. Okay, so this one will be custom VMnet 0. My VMnet 0 here is bridged, so I will configure after that the IP address to be static from within the virtual machine. So let's first add this VMnet 0, and also we'll add here another one on the compute node. It will be the same VMnet 0, and for the storage it will be another one, another network adapter, custom. So this interface is basically for internal communications between all the nodes. So if you go here to the virtual network editor to see you can see here the VMnet 0 is bridged and bridged 2. This is the router I'm connected on. So you can find the if I put VMnet 8, it will be NAT, and VMnet 1 for the host only, but I need a bridged one, so I'll just pick the VMnet 0. Okay, so now I need to configure the network adapters interfaces from the virtual machines. Let's run them all. Okay, so to configure the new interface, what we need to do is, first of all, when I tapped if config, it says to me that I need to install the NetTools. So to install NetTools. Okay, let's do this work on the compute node and on the storage node too. They are all the 3 nodes are fresh new nodes. Okay, So I'll tap it first of all, then install no. Okay, tools, net tools. Okay, just now for check, we'll find NS33 for the first network adapter, that is NAT, and the NS37 for the second one, which is network adapter 2 custom VMnet 0. Okay, let's configure this. So if config, also we have here NS37. Oh, the process has been waiting for cache. Okay. Attendant upgrade in progress. Okay, now we can use the ifconfig. Also on the storage node here we have the NS37. Okay, let's start by the controller node. So to manage and configure the NS37, we need at first to edit the etc net plan and 0.01 network manager. Okay, so I have the script, just let me paste it over here. Okay, so paste this. So we need to make some changes over here. So this is NS37. We don't need all this for now. The gateway will be this IP default name servers. Let's put 100 here, 24. Okay, the gateway 100.1. okay, so now net plan apply, I think. Okay, if we go here we'll need to find eid0. okay, if config. Okay, all is good on the controller node. Let's now go to the compute node. Let's just copy paste this and just change the IP. TC net plan 01 25 125, and let's leave the gateway. Also net plan apply, and here we can find net plan ID 0. Net plan 01 paste. I think it is 26. 28. Okay, 28 and 37 and 28 and the same gateway. Now net plan apply. Okay, so if from the storage node, just for testing, if we ping the controller node on the ENS 37 24, I think, yes, 24, it will ping, right? Same from the controller node 28, it will ping. And from the compute, let's ping the controller first. Okay, it is working, and now let's ping the storage. Okay, so at first what we need to do is we need to edit the etc hosts file, to add aliases over there. See, hey, let's comment this. Let's add first the controller IP. Okay, so it will be in 124 controller. Now the compute 25, I think. Yes. Yes. Compute 28 storage. Okay, let's copy this, do the same thing on the compute. Let's just comment this line because we have the same name here, so save. Let's also do the same work here. Hosts. My bad. Okay, now from the storage, if we ping controller, it will work instead of typing the whole IP address. And from the compute node, if we ping controller like this, it will work, and if we ping storage, it will work. Okay, all is good. It will work also from the controller, just to test. All is working for the storage, it will work also. Okay, that's clear. Now I think the first thing we need to configure the NTP server. So the NTP server will be on the controller node, and from the other nodes, when we will type the cronny sources, the command cronny sources to see the NTP server, we need to find the controller node. So the controller node will play will play the role of an NTP server. Okay. So let's I think let's go and install the cronny first. Yes, cronny. Now it is held. Wait, I think I made the mistake over here. Wait a second. Environment node. I don't know. I think it's resources. Maybe install cronny. Let me see what is this problem first. Okay, let's see. There is a process that another process. Okay, I'll try this command. Okay, let's kill this process. It is 4426. Let's try another again. Okay, it is working now. Nice. So let's install also the cronny on the compute node and on the storage node. Let's clear this. Clear this. Then install cronny. Yes. And on the storage node too. It's clear. Then apt install cronny. Okay, let's start by editing the cronny file, so we can make the controller node the NTP server. So etc cronny cronny.conf. Yes. So let's comment these lines. And add server controller, which is the name of our virtual machine here, server controller eburst. Let me check if I'm right. Okay, and let's allow now case here. Something like this. It's enough, I think. 888. Then we need to restart the cronny service. Restart or service cronny restart, sorry. Service, not service. Okay. Now if we type cronny say sources, I think, yes, we will find the controller node is the server. Okay, let's now configure the other nodes. Say cronny.conf. Let's comment this. Here we need to add server, and the server name will be controller, and controller we just modify the etc hosts to know the controller using this alias eburst. Okay, it's cool. Controller. Now we need to restart service cronny start, and if we type cronny say sources, nice, we need to find the controller. Same work here. See cronny.conf. Server to be controller eburst. Let's restart service, restart or service cronny restart. Cronny say sources. Okay, so as you can see here from compute node and storage node, we can see that the controller is the NTP server. Okay, let's now move to the packages. Okay, so for packages, what we will have will be using the OpenStack Caracal version. Okay, but before that we need to make some adjustment on the virtual machines. So just wait. Prerequisition. Okay. So here we need to install at first software properties common. If we don't type this command, we won't be able to install the OpenStack. So this is before any further installation. Let's copy this do it also on the compute, and let's do it also on the controller. Okay, work is done here, also here I think, also here. Also now we can install OpenStack, but if we install it, we'll have a problem of the architecture. It won't install specific libraries and files, because our architecture is blocking, and the architecture here that is blocking is E387. So let's remove it. Let's remove it before we install OpenStack, or let's just let's install OpenStack and see the problem, then let's solve it. Okay, it will be better. Okay, so let's just copy this and install. I want you to see the problem here. We will do it. We'll do the installation only for now on the controller node, just to inspect the problem, and then we'll solve it and make the installations. Okay, this is the problem. So it said skipping acquire of configured file main binary. So this is the problem over here, caused by the architecture. So let's remove it. Okay, let's remove the architecture before. Let's do DEG remove remove architecture, and it will be 387. Okay, now if we install, we will have states of done states. Let's remove the architecture from the compute and from the storage. Okay, here you can see we have it done, and let's install Caracal on the other nodes. Compute. Okay, so as I said before, we will have on the controller node the Nova compute for testing. So let's just start the Nova compute on the controller node, and after that, after the testing phase, we will use Nova compute from the compute node. Okay, and on the client installation, for the client installation, we need to install Python 3 OpenStack client. Just install Python 3 OpenStack client here, and install Python 3 OpenStack client, Yes. And in the controller node, let's wait for the Nova Compute to finish so we can install the Python 3 OpenStack client. So the Nova Compute installation will be for now on the controller node just for testing, as I said. So after this we'll move to the SQL database. The SQL database will be on the controller node. Okay, now let's install the Python 3 OpenStack client. Okay. Now, as I said, let's go to the MySQL. Let's go to SQL. I meant SQL. So let's install MariaDB server. Apt install MariaDB server Python 3. We can't use Python PyMySQL. We'll use Python 3. Python 3 PyMySQL MariaDB server. MySQL. Okay, so after installing MariaDB, we need to configure MariaDB file. So let's clear this and then let's go to the HTC MySQL MariaDB .conf.d.19. Okay, we need to create a file, but I will use the whole path given from the documentation. This is it. It said to me to paste this bind server. The bind address here is 182 168 124. Nothing to change there. Okay, now we restart MySQL. And now let's secure the database service. MySQL secure installation. MySQL secure. Oh. No. No. Yes. Test database and access to it. Yes. Reload privilege table now. Yes. Okay. Now we can move. We can move to message queue. So for message queue, we need to install RabbitMQ server. apt install RabbitMQ server. Now we need to create the OpenStack user. Using this command, OpenStack rabbit pass. Here we'll use password. Add user OpenStack password. Okay, so now I need to give permit. Let's give permission. Set permission OpenStack. Okay, all is good right now. Now we can move to the Memcached. So let's clear. And let's install Memcached and Python Memcached. I think this command won't work. We need Python 3. Memcached, yes. After the installation, we'll edit the Memcached file. etc. So specify which IP address to listen on. The default is to listen on all IP addresses. This parameter is one of the only security measures that Memcached has, so make sure it's listening on a firewall interface. So this will be our controller interface for internal communication, which is for the NS 37. Okay, now let's start. Memcached start. Now we go to the etcd. It's clear. Let's install etcd. So OpenStack services may use etcd, a distributed reliable key value store for distributed key locking. Okay, so it stores configuration, it keeps tracks of service liveness, and can do other work too. Okay, so now let's edit the etcd file. We'll add this. Okay, so it has the name controller. We need to change this. Change this to here. Change this to here. Let's leave this here. Okay. Now let's enable the etcd and let's restart it. Okay, so now we will go to the minimal deployment for the installation of OpenStack services. So we are going to work with Caracal, as I said. So for this video I covered all the parts of the installation that we need to do before going into the OpenStack configuration. So on the controller node we had to install the cronny, and also on the compute node, on the storage node too, and also we installed SQL, MariaDB on controller node, and the Memcached and etcd on the controller node. So the most important thing here is to have communication, is to add the network adapter on each node, so we can have communications between all the nodes: controller node, compute node, storage node, and then we can work easily the other services and the components if we have internal communication between nodes. So in this video I covered those parts, and on the other one we'll dive into the OpenStack components installation of the OpenStack Caracal. We'll test, and on the other one we'll launch the instance. So thank you for today.